Hello, hello, hello. It is your gracious host, Tiff the Gift. If you are here, you have found yourself right where you need to be in the 4-1 Wizzy. If you can hear me, if anybody can hear me, let me know before we get started. I'm gonna sip a little bit of my coffee, and y'all let me know if you can hear me down there. Betty, Keisha, Sherry, Miss Ducksworth, Self Love is in the building. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me know. Okay, somebody can hear me. Good stuff. Listen, Linda, it is a beautiful day to be alive. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You understand me? Um, I have a multi-leveled show here. Yesterday, y'all allowed me to kick it. Y'all gave me the grace to relax and kick it yesterday, and it's something that is rare, and it was so enjoyable. And I want to talk about that in just a few minutes. I want to touch on that as I move on to many different things in this live. But we have definitely a direction. We have a full direction into which we're going today. But hey, Simply Toya, welcome in, baby. As people come and join us if they would like, I want to start the show. I want to put this in the beginning of the show. This first part is really kind of a disclaimer. It is not what our show is about today. It's just the few words I'm going to drop in the beginning. We're going to be all over the place in this show, but we're going to be right where we supposed to be, if you can understand me. All right. Now, I want to let people know something out there. I really do be appreciating everybody that keeps me on my toes and keeps me, knowing what's going on with the goings ons, right? But I tell y'all this. I've been having some new things on my mind in my real life and on social media. Some new avenues, and things like that. Um Honestly, for myself, I may make a joke here and there or whatever, but I really don't have a worry or concern with people in the YouTube streets and all of the, back and forthness and things like that. Um, and because of that, I did get shout out to my people, but I did see through my constituency that some page that I pay absolutely no attention to has got me and my husband plastered all over it or whatever, and making shorts or whatever, using my husband's face, my face, this, that, and the third. Let me say this. For one, my husband, nor am I thinking about any of y'all, okay? He's not on here to entertain my haters. He comes on here to support his wife. All right. So I had a good run being deep down on the playground, but as y'all know, I don't have kids, so I'm able to leave the playground whenever I choose, And so there comes a time where you have your moments where, you play and have fun with the kids. And then there's some times where you have to go do you have to go do adult things. And I'm in a period where I'm into my adult things right now, and I'm not really interested in the playground in this season. So I know there's a lot of little channels out there that's trying to get a name for themselves and think that they can just post whatever to trigger you so you can say their name all over your platform and get some traction to them. Well, I'm sorry. You should have caught me last season. I'm just not interested. Neither is my husband. And newsflash, you know, people with husbands don't play with others. You know what I'm saying? So listen, Linda, if you be focused on trying to get you a man's, you wouldn't be on the internet playing with mine. Okay? Right? But you know, I suspect he should be on other women's minds other than mine. Okay. Um, hey Tommy. Hey Miss Yolanda. Hey Perfectly Imperfect. Simply Toya. Welcome in. So yeah, baby, we is not concerned with that, you know. When I was getting that message, he was sleeping peacefully, minding his business. You know what I'm saying? That's what most husbands do on this here situation. They mind their business, you know. And so some of you women should mind your husband's business. I would plaster y'all husband all over here, but not many of you have any. So I mean, damn. I guess I lost that battle. Hey, Miss Carissa. Hey, Miss Yolanda. Welcome in. And so I just wanted to make that clear because yeah, I'm not interested. You know what I don't see from little people don't bother me because what I see from non little people don't bother me. So I'm just not interested anymore. You know what I mean? If I go search for it, cool. If I see it, fine. But other than that, I don't want to partake in you know, none of these names, faces all up in my phones. I just don't. I'm not interested. You know, I get to them when I want to get to them, and when I don't, I just don't. You understand? So, and what's crazy is, and shout out to my people, because you know, some days you might want to get in the mud, but baby, I'm not getting in the mud for $3.99 for some with somebody I don't like. I really don't know. Like you just, especially when, from what I gathered, this person is a cent off. On top of that, there's someone who takes orders from another woman in this sector. Like, baby, I can't respect you or your page because you take orders. I watched you take orders from somebody. I watched you take orders. I can't give you no motion, baby. You're not a leader, you're a follower. We're not doing that, okay? I'm not getting in the mud with you because you want to use my husband's face or my face or any other face, the dog face, shit. Whatever works for you, baby. All right. I hope you get whatever you're trying to get out of it. All right. So yeah, I don't sit around here and I'm not about to be fussing and using curse words and stuff for people I don't even have it. I don't even know you. A lot of y'all just sit in the audience and be told to make a page and comfort people, and they tell you when to stop and when to go. I mean, I can't respect that kind of shit. If you're not doing it because that's just what you want to do, you doing it because somebody telling you to. Make people do their own dirty work. You know, I can't respect it, baby. So to you, enjoy yourself and use all the clips. You want to clip out, baby. It'll be plenty more to come. It will be plenty more clips for you to clip to come. I don't hide behind nowhere, baby. I'm not putting my buck teeth away because you have a problem with it. I'm not putting my husband away because y'all think that's going to penetrate me. Absolutely not. Because guess what? If don't nobody send me a motherfucking thing, I won't know y'all people exist. I just wouldn't. So let it just let them people do what them people do. Next time I visit the playground, maybe I will see you there and can push you on the swing. But today ain't your day, all right? It's grown folk business today. Okay? So listen. The way I'm gonna start my now that I've gotten that disclaimer out the way, I'm gonna start the show here to let haters know why that type of stuff just don't work. You know, it just don't work over here. But before I get in my show, let's have this quick interlude. Thank y'all for coming. Yeah, y'all haters need a little bit of this in your life, and then maybe you can have a piece of the life that you hating on so bad. Just won't be a peace of mind. What? I'm singing down in the place of my soul. Down in my soul. Going cry. Come on and sing it with me down in my soul. Cry. Oh, when the haters want to hate and want me to help them be great. I just ain't gonna be able to do it. Down in my soul and crying. I sing it down in the things of my soul. Down in my soul. Oh, we cry. Come on and moan it with me, I said, how, I'm sorry, I'm just not her. When you're all alone, touch not thy anointed. Touch not thy anointed. Just a little interlude. Just hey Ashley, hey Teresa. Just a little interlude before we start the show. Come on, y'all sing this with us now. Down in my soul, cry. Oh, down, oh, cry. I'm singing down in the things in my soul. Down in my soul. Oh, down in my soul. When you keep my friend down, seems like everyone is left. That's how you run the devil off. This how you run the devil off. This how you trick the devil right here. He's gonna give me the strength that I need. Oh, down in my soul. Oh, we cry. Holy. Hallelujah. Yeah. When the devil thought, the devil need to stop thinking. Y'all like that? I'm just sitting here tricking the devil. Hey, baby. By yourself. Oh, down in my soul, cry. Believe. Get thee behind me. Well, I'm singing down in the things of my soul. Gone and flee. Oh, be true. How about y'all humming with us one time? Tell them look the book. Tell them look the book. Please get thee behind me. We gonna go ahead and start this show. Go ahead and making you flee. We gonna make them flee. We gonna go ahead and get them up out the way. We gonna go ahead and shake up their soul. Get them up out the way. Yes, Barbara. Rest in peace to your mom. Hallelujah. Period. 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 I just wanted to let it rest down in my soul because, baby, touch not thy anointed. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. Don't play with him. Ain't no blessings gonna come to. Let me tell you something. I'm about to get. Listen, I'm saying. I'm saying before I start my show, but I think the show has started. And we just ain't into part two yet. Maybe this part one. Y'all gonna get enough of playing on the tops of marriages. You're not adding nothing good to your life. You're not adding anything good to your life. I'm telling y'all, now that I sit back and I look at things, I say, you know what? It's a lot of hurt folk out here, a lot of miserable people out here. And they will try to distract you and they will try to tear you down until they can consume your happiness, consume your joy. But you can't touch what you don't give to me. I don't wake up and praise none of y'all haters in the morning. I don't wake up in the morning and thank y'all for another day. I don't wake up in the morning and thank none of y'all for this marriage. I don't remember none of my haters at my wedding, baby. I don't recall none of you there through no trials, tribulations, joys, or celebrations. I just don't recall you there. And it's a fond memory of how insignificant you are. Prayers are also for people like y'all. I pray them dark, deep, demonic energies release your body and your mind. I would hate to wake up in the morning or before I go to sleep, I have to take orders from somebody to try to hurt somebody else. Well, I've already won in the fact of your actions. It's some cold hard facts, but it's some facts nonetheless. See, I take my wins any kind of way I can get them. You know what I'm saying? A win is a win is a win. Especially when it comes purely. When you don't got to cheat to beat. If my existence disturbs you, I've won. If putting people's family and men all over Facebook is what you don't got nothing better to do. You all are mothers, for goodness sake. And you mean it ain't a child in your house that you could be leading instead of being on the internet being a follower, taking orders, Listening to people tell you when to stop and go, when to be silent and when to speak. You've lost your self respect and your dignity. In case you didn't know it. In case you didn't know it, it makes you a chump. Nobody has to come on the internet and argue and cuss out no chumps. You chumped yourself. Why do I need to? I heard the words of a person telling you, hey, we gonna stop doing this, but yeah, you keep going, keep doing what you do. Okay. You need to go find something down in your soul. Y'all need to come to the light, baby. It ain't even that deep. It ain't even that deep. I'm just here with the message, baby. It shouldn't be that deep. Everybody looking for another lie for somebody to tell. It ain't even that deep. Y'all building channel after channel trying to hurt folks that don't even know your name, don't even know who you are. Hell, we don't know none of the mofos we've been out here arguing with in the first place. I wish I would get out here arguing with even a less of a mofo. Y'all need to get some business about yourself. Y'all plastering other people men's because we and don't even have one. Can't nobody even retaliate on you because you're manless. That says a lot. That says a lot. And believe you me nor mine don't care, baby. I'm just letting you know that you look like a chump. Some of y'all pages you go look at and you can tell they were built off being a chump. If your very first post videos or whatever is coming after another content creator, it shows what your channel is built on, sugar. It shows you're a pick me. You didn't come out here to share anything. You didn't come out here to teach anything. You came out here to be a chump. A chump. Bona fide. And ain't nothing worse than a chump taking orders from another chump. There ain't nothing more goofy than a chump taking orders from a chump. It's not even the same anymore. Like I don't even waste roast on people no more. But what? It comes a point in time where you're just insignificant. Your words never meant nothing. Y'all was fun to play with for a time, and now you bore me. Y'all return the same jokes and the same stuff that someone else done did on several other pages. Y'all not even coming out here being original. You just using other people work and putting different faces on it. Weird. Like y'all out here copycatting and somebody else's style, using other people's soundboards and all kinds of things. It's weird. If you gonna join a bandwagon, at least bring some type of originality to the table. Don't be a pick me and a copycat. That's weird. It ain't even entertaining anymore. Same old dry jokes about the same dried up people. It's over. It's a wrap. I'm not interested. Not here in the 411. I'm just not. I done lost interest in a lot of this. And now I enjoy sitting back and, the most interest I have is, I listen to some other people do some good roasting. I'm not interested in you people. You popped and you beat. You can't respect, you'll never have no respect for me when you don't even respect yourselves. Y'all grown women taking orders from other women. It could never be me, baby. And it's why I'm so unlike. I don't go alone to get along. I ain't start my life with nobody on YouTube. I'm sorry. It's a wrap. I make a few jokes here and there, but all that, all of this, that, and the third, back and forth for weeks, I'm not interested. Like for real. You heard it on one page, you done heard it on 10. It's over with. It's over with. I ain't over here bothering nobody. I really ain't. Now I still speak my truth, but I ain't over here dragging people for filth. Let me alone when I'm leaving people alone. And even if you don't leave me alone, I'm not thinking about y'all. I'm disinterested. I don't want to see nothing from y'all. I really don't. I look at things just to laugh and have a giggle now. I ain't listen. I never been one of those. I don't go around YouTube searching to see who's got my name in their mouth. No, if I come across it, I do. I used to even say, if don't nobody send me nothing, then this, that, and the third. But now I don't even want to be sent nothing. I don't. That's how I know I'm truly wanting to stand on business. I don't even want to be triggered. I don't, and bitches can't trigger me anyway, but I just don't have an interest. I don't want a reason to roast and cuss nobody out. I don't. I had a wonderful seat. And guess what? It's too many other people waiting for me to roast them in other sectors, in other areas. I'm not done roasting. I just have no interest in none of y'all. That's it. That's all. Carry on with your games and your shenanigans. Just leave me. Just don't. I don't have to be involved. You can involve me, but I don't have to join in and involve myself. I see now that's what a lot of people do. They start screaming your name and saying things so you can argue back and forth with them and they can get some traction to their page. I'm not doing it. I was arguing with people that already had a little something of a following. I'm not out here building. Listen, I ain't out here arguing with people that got bigger platforms than me. I ain't got no clout to get from none of y'all. But y'all got all the clout in the world just from getting your roasting shit better. It's a lot of y'all learn from me and don't want to give me my credit, but still want to be in the game with me. Leave me alone. I've given all that I needed to give to even my haters. Damn, I ain't expecting a thank you, but come on now. I'm not arguing with no chumps. Mm-mm. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Make a joke here and there, debunk when somebody on some BS or something, sure. But it don't require me to be out here having to call y'all bees and doing all that, baby. We done. Everybody know what y'all is. If you're overweight, everybody know. If you're ugly, everybody already know. I'm not here to be on repeat no more. It's just not where it's at. So if you need my face on your page to get you somewhere, well, baby, next time I'll be sure to say cheese so you get all the angles of these buck teeth. Next time I'll make sure my husband give you all directions, all profiles. You ain't got to sneak and geek over here, baby. But it's clear that y'all spend a lot of time over here because in order to grab those snapshots and things, you got to be in the bushes, baby. You got to be in the bushes. Y'all spend more time in your so-called haters atmosphere than you do in the people shit you actually like. Also, you can find something to go live about, make a short about. That's an awful lot of time to have to spend with people you don't like. Weird behavior. I wish I would be running around here having to make shorts out of y'all and I don't want to have to look at your faces that long. If I think you unattractive, what I want to plaster your face all over my channel for, baby? We are not the same. If I think your life sucks, what do I want shorts and videos of your sucky life all over my thing for? Maybe I would make more content out of y'all if y'all was more interesting, but you not. But clearly I am. It seems to me I'm quite interesting. Period, Todd. Like, baby, y'all don't do it for me, baby. Y'all don't do it for me. Mm-mm. Y'all don't do it for me. But y'all sure love it over here, Hunter. Yes, you do. Hold on, y'all. Let me get a little bit of water. Y'all don't do it for me. Nobody here for that. It's always gonna be a place to go to get some roasting and laughter from somebody on all sides of the spectrum. You know, I love the roast, but I'm not about to sit here and keep no, baby. No, no. It gets ugly when people don't know how to roast. I'm not about to sit here and do that and people feelings get all hurt when they can't take half the stuff they dish. No, I don't want to keep playing with weak women. It's sectors that go harder than ours with roasting that don't have to get to people in court, people threatening people. That's weak behavior, and I'm just not interested. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm tired of idle threats. I'm tired of idle talk. I'm tired of all of that. It's more to life than just chasing down platforms to see who done put you on a community board. Who gives a damn? I ain't out here trying to watch nobody's community boards. Otherwise, I might as well be your supporter. No, baby. I'm not giving nobody channels no more relevancy. I'm not about to have nobody these content creator names all on my platforms. So my new supporters can go see what they talking about. No, baby, because we all nosy. I do it too. Being a hater's bush quick to see the rebuttal. Nah. You ain't been talking about nothing. You ain't never gonna be talking about nothing. I ain't interested. I'm really sick of watching goofy stuff anyway. I like it better. Like it's a lot of entertainment over here. It's genuine laughter and entertainment over here on this side. I don't laugh at nasty stuff. I don't laugh at just degrading and vile stuff. That ain't funny to me. I like some good jokes and whatever, but nah, baby. Nah, when the opponents don't know how to get down right, baby. No, I'm sick of people crying everywhere, and I'm just over it. Okay, so now with that being said, it's so much more YouTube. Yes, it is, man. It's more, so much more in life. Like, baby, when you live in life and you enjoying life, it's okay to relax in it. Like the past two lives I did, y'all, I ain't come up here prepared to be speaking about nobody else's life. I was just joining y'all in and living mine. I was outside watching the damn sheep and the fucking waves in a little water out there. All right. Perhaps you might find 10 people that want to watch the sheep and have a little conversation too. Content creating ain't always having to get up here and break some shit down. No, you might listen, Linda. It's not that's crazy. If listening to music, hanging out with your husband is something that's a part of your regular life, it's okay to bring your family into what you would do whether the camera was on or not. I would be outside on a blanket, chilling, getting some fresh air. Content creating ain't searching these airwaves all the time, having to find something to someone else's life to talk about. You could have an audience that enjoy your life. Thank you, Miss Teresa. I love you. Shout out to all y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tom Meek, for the super baby. Thank you. Hold on one second, family. And it's always, it don't mean, I love to laugh and have a good time, but just all this nastiness and weird stuff, baby. I don't want to have this much interaction with weird people. I just don't. I just don't. There's certain stuff I'm not into. I love for people to make jokes and make me laugh and stuff like that. But all that other stuff, I'm not interested. It just sounds weird. It's goofy. It's goofy. Searching and looking for any and everybody to be on. No, baby. I protects my energy. I'm not up here trying to search for every bad word or bad thing said about me. No, if I don't hear it, if I miss it, if I catch it because I'm in the bushes and I know it's going and I don't know somebody about to say something, that's different. But other than that, baby, no, it's not going down. Yes, Neo. Like it's too much to laugh and enjoy and talk about. I'm tired of these people want to just everybody want to build a channel, build a channel, build a channel. But come on, half of these people didn't even have an interest in building a YouTube channel. It's just okay. This is one way to get a check. This is one way to start a channel. And this, no, baby, no, we're not about to even do that. And I'm kind of over the same sick jokes and sick content. Like, come on. If you've seen one or two content creators do the same shit, now here come three or four. Start a page and then do this. Get this app and then do this. Man, come on. It's a little weird. All right. Now, on to my next order of business. I want to give a shout out to somebody. Okay. Um, I want to give a shout out to somebody who they are not here right now. Okay, they are not present in the chat, but sometimes that's when I do my best shout outs when a person is not in my presence. However, this person has been a part of starting some of the best laughter have received on. Now I do a lot of laughing and stuff in everybody's platforms. Everybody's hilarious and stuff like that. However, this person has been the reason for me laughing till I completely cried 2 times in a row. All right. Yes, Tommy. Yes, baby. Yes, 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 yes. I want to give a shout out to Miss Fee. Miss Fee, the original Miss Fee. And I'm gonna tell you why. The first time Miss Fee did this was a couple weeks ago when we were having a laid back chat. And Miss Fee came running in this chat saying, break room, can you please go live about Toya and her brothers? Because the husband is going the F off on them. Okay. Now that's what she said. She said, break room. Can you please go live about Toya and the brothers? Because the husband is on live going off on them. Now, of course, we're thinking this is Toya Foster, her brothers, and OB. We go scrambling all over the internet searching for this live. I'm like, if Miss Fee asking me to go live about it, it must be good. Like it must be up and stuck. You hear me? Cause that ain't like Miss Fee to do, you know. She said, break room, go live immediately. Child, she had us over here in a frenzy. We was running all over the place trying to find. We like, is it on Facebook? Is it on YouTube? Is it on Twitter? Is it on Snapchat? Where is it at, child? She was running in and out the chat, wouldn't tell us where to go or none of that. Just have you went live yet? Break room, can you cover this? I'm like, girl, it was so hilarious when we realized that she was talking about Lil Wayne's baby mama, her brothers, and her husband. We done, people done left the live. I left the live. Child, the live was still running. I hopped in the car with Miss Heard. I'm like, I don't know where we going, but we'll find it on the way. You know what I'm saying? We running around with that Google Maps with no address. You hear me? With no address. Listen, had me hanging on the windshield wipers and shit, trying to get to wherever we were supposed to be. You heard me. Miss Fee ain't here just dropping hits and shit, but never gave us a destination. Never gave us a destination. Child, they come back in here talking about, I'm sorry, y'all. I met Lil Wayne baby mama. I said, what the? Oh no, what? Who? What? This mug came back 30 minutes later talking about it's Lil Wayne baby mama. Girl, if you don't leave me alone and get up out this chat, I do mean expeditiously. Listen, I FedExed her so quickly back to whatever sector she came in here from. Talking about some Lil Wayne baby mama and them. Child, listen, I done ran into about 3 supporters, had a knot on my head and every damn thing. Child, Miss Heard was driving so fast, I had to hang on to the windshield wipers and the coat hanger and everything else. You hear me, child? We was riding dirty and everything. Listen, Ghost was in the back. She was driving so fast, Ghost's ears was peeled back. He was trying to hang his head out the window. He just said, fuck it, roll mine up. I'm like, Miss Heard, do we need to stop and get gas? She said, we get it on the way back. I'm like, do we even know where we going? She just said, we just gonna ride around and get it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna listen. Miss P ain't never come back and tell us where to go. Had me and Miss Heard out in these streets. Had us out in these streets riding heavy. You heard me? Ghost back there like, dang, y'all didn't even bring the snack bag or nothing. We just out here, child. I ain't had nothing but my credit card and my lighter. Left the cigarettes and everything. But Miss Heard said I couldn't smoke in the car anyway, so it was all good. But still, you know what I mean? Like, Miss Phoebe on one. She always coming in here stirring me up. Like, girl, I ain't bring you back in my life to give me high blood pressure. Had me run around these streets, me and Miss Heard getting it. You heard me? We down here riding, like, shoot, 95 miles an hour down the highway and shit. The fuck? Got my ears popping and stuff. By the time we heard from Miss Fee, we damn near drove to the fucking mountains. We was damn near in the mountains. Do you hear me? And neither one of us lived in the mountains. But somehow, by the time we got an address, listen, we was coming up on the top of a mountain peak. Do you hear me? I said, Miss Heard, now I'm pretty sure whatever's going on in the YouTube streets ain't up here. It's not happening up here. Miss Heard said, well, shit, we done rode everywhere else. And this child talking about some Lil Wayne baby mama and them. Child had me in here hot. Had me and Miss Heard hot. All that gas we wasted in these here YouTube streets. Keeping it real. Had us out here wasting all this petrol. The fuck? Oh shit. There she go. There she go. There she go. That's the stirrer right there. Oh, here she comes. Look out, chat. Miss Fee is here. Oh, here she comes. Listen. Miss Dee, welcome in. Miss P, we was in here talking about that time you had us running all over these YouTube streets talking about some damn Lil Wayne baby mama and the brothers in them. Had us thinking it was going down with Toya, Kevin, OB, and LaTrue. Man, listen, Linda. Listen, I got a scar to this day from trying to jump in Miss Heard window. Child, listen, I think Ghost missing a whole damn uh uh pinky toenail fooling with you. Child, listen. Had us driving back from the mountains like Fred Flintstone and them. We had to get the car running with our feet. The hell, good thing we was coming down the mountain because we damn sure ain't had no more gas to go up. Had us sitting on top of a mountaintop waiting on a signal. Child, listen, Linda. And then, y'all, now that's what happened a few weeks ago. But then last night, I was in here like laid back, being lazy, just chill. Wasn't nothing going on in YouTube streets. So I was like, look, I ain't really had no conversation or, no big things to discuss. But we was in here chilling. You know what I'm saying? Had us Flintstone and keeping it real. But then we in here, chilling in the, you know what I'm saying? Me and the family chilling in the living room, whatever, you know what I'm saying? When again, it was me, Miss Heard, Mama Three, Miss Dee. We was deep in, we was deep with the family last night. We was just kicking it. We wasn't talking no squid. We was just chilling, big backing. I was feeling a little sleepy in the first place, but I wanted to pull up and see the family, right? So we ain't here just being lazy in the first hour. Look, and there go the sun right there. There go the sun. There go the sun right there. Listen, we was in here just relaxing, like having a little, a little coffee, a little cake or two. You know what I'm saying? Just in here chilling. Conversating. This is an hour into last night's show. Okay, I think I was 2 seconds from nodding off on live when here she come again. Now listen, the Hammer Hawk over there went live, right? Now I knew the Hammer Hawk was live, but I didn't really know what the Hammer Hawk was live about. And I wasn't in there, I wasn't sneaking and geeking. I don't trip on the Hammer Hawk. Now I'm over here minding my business. I said, yeah, y'all, I ain't really been, out here doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I've been, you know, uh making a few jokes here and there. And I was like, yo, it seemed like everybody that just about left me the hell alone. Good. Like I'm up here like giving the streets they credit or whatever. Like, listen, I ain't bothering nobody. Ain't nobody bothering me. Hey, what was the words you used, Miss Fee, when you came? Yes, this lady came in here. I said, yeah, ain't nobody talking about me. I ain't talking about nobody. Out of nowhere, Miss Fee comes in and say, snap out of it, Tiff. And snap out of it, Tiff, and get your shoes on. She said, snap out of it, Tiff. Get your shoes on and meet me on the street. I said, what? I said, do the what now? Listen, do you know, like, if you at home and you lay back on the bed and you minding your own business, you got your snacks and you just chilling, and your sister, somebody called me like, yo, these itches want to smoke, we outside, I'm about to pull up. And you like, what? Okay, but what? I mean, granted, I put my shoes on, but baby, when I tell you this created a domino effect of awesomeness yesterday, I don't know if y'all caught the second half of that live yesterday, but when I tell you I laughed until I cried, which brings me to my next point, y'all. When I got off the live, right? About an hour after I got off the live and, settled down, settled in, I had looked at my side mirror, okay, by a dim light. I should be telling y'all this. I know YouTube about to make several jokes, but listen, um, I had my side light on instead of my overhead light, right? I looked in the mirror. This is an hour after the live, and my eyes was really dark around. Like I had dark circles around my eyes, right? I said, "Damn, break room." I know I missed an hour or two of sleep the previous night because I had stayed up to my mother-in-law hit the road and to go back home. I said, "Damn, I know I missed a little sleep." But shit, baby, I'm over here looking, ooh, my eyes black as fuck. Like, ooh, I'm going night night right now. Like, girl, you need to get some fucking rest. Child, why was it the eyeliner from when I was laughing at y'all asses and I was wiping the tears off my eyes, y'all? I told y'all had me laughing till I was crying, child. I had black eyeliner all over my damn eyes. Child, listen. I said, oh shit, that's from the family. Y'all, I thought the damn YouTube streets done wore my ass down. I'm like, oh hell nah, baby. We taking the rest of the weekend off. Oh Lord, they got you out here looking like one of them. Baby. Child. Then I went to use the bathroom with the overhead light and looked in the mirror and I said, oh shit, that's all that damn eyeliner. Baby. When I tell you I had never lost breath from laughing, I could not breathe. When people say I can't breathe, that shit is a real thing. When you laughing, baby, I laughed for 40 straight minutes up in here last night. The second half of the show wasn't nothing, but listen, I enjoyed this chat. Was so hilarious yesterday. I mean, it was unforgettable. Like, cause listen, I laughed till I cried. I laughed till I couldn't breathe. I laughed till I could not even stand up. My entire body was laughing. Do you hear me? Oh my gosh. Yesterday, see, it'd be worth it sometime to come up here and not really have a base thing to say because you never know what's going to happen. Had I had a storyline or whatever yesterday, that moment would have never happened. And that was priceless. Do you hear me? It was priceless. You crazy, J Bass. It was so priceless. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to say shout out because yesterday Miss Fee came in here with another random ass sentence. And next thing you know, we was on the below. Hunty, baby. So I have got to shout out Miss Fee because baby, you have been literally the start of so much laughter that we have had these past 30 days. Like, just shout out to you. Shout out to you. And it's even funny because you wasn't even saying nothing trying to make us laugh. And it has created just listen, memories, baby. Straight memories, man. Listen. Hold on, family. Drink some water. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Shout out to everybody who was here yesterday. Y'all made it a memorable live. Like I'm telling you, y'all don't even know the type of joy that live brought me yesterday. And I was already feeling great. I was just a little sleepy or whatever. And that live woke me up, baby. And I laughed so hard, it was like my body exercised on its own. So it also gave me the best sleep ever. Like when you go to sleep laughing, when you laugh, even when it's all over, like I got off the live and was still so tickled. I was so tickled. It was so many memorable lines. Like, oh my gosh. When somebody said that they somebody stole the wheels off their cart. Oh my gosh. Listen. Somebody came through with the skates. Oh my god. I was on the floor. It was fences being jumped. Like, baby, it was the Wild Wild West in this dang on live. Listen, so memorable. So memorable. It was a whole movie in here. Like, and I'm able to say that because for once, I wasn't the one giving the lines in a commentary. I was able to be entertained and get the commentary. And y'all know it meant something because I'm talking about it today, a whole day later. And I'm like, yo, that was hilarious. Even people that came in late was joining in and just, oh my God. Blue Outlaw and passing out the soaps and the towels and then telling him not to peek. And he said, you know, he can multitask. He can pass the soap and he can peek. Heavy on the flow. Oh my God. Sergeant Candy, I saying she was gonna tell more on everybody was so funny. People were lost in the dark, needing flashlights, man. It was a movie. In 30, 45 minutes, y'all wrote a freaking movie in here. Y'all wrote a movie, man. I ain't lying. I was so entertained. Oh my God, that was so entertaining. Look, I'm over here smiling ear to ear thinking about it. That's how y'all know y'all didn't disappoint. Because, baby, I'm smiling thinking about it. And someone came in here and said, oh, I got to think who it was. Somebody came in late and said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm running because everybody else is. Oh my gosh, listen. Oh gosh, I cried. I was crying, man. There is no reason why that was just so entertaining, man. Y'all wrote a whole movie together. Listen, I might take that and actually, I might actually have to write that. I might have to write a break room book or something. Cause baby, y'all did that last night. I almost want to turn that into a skit or something. Cause baby, the elements and listen how dope that shit was. It was people. It was different characters in different places in the same movie. This is how great and well written it was. You had different elements going on, and each element was being built on depending on where the characters was. Oh my God, that was dope, man. Listen, Linda. I lit my little giggly bush baby, and I was back here reading and having a ball. Like when you can sit back and not be in it, you get more from it. So I was able to picture all these characters. I was picturing people in the cars and running out of gas and somebody pushing somebody in a grocery cart and the wheels, they parking it and somebody take the enemy stealing their wheels. And oh my God, that shit was so funny. People losing their shoes and having to figure out whose shoes. Oh my God, what a well thought out story y'all built. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my God. Right. Oh my gosh. And you know it was good when you can remember stuff from the day later. Oh gosh. Yes. Man, it was wild, wild west in here. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm so damn tickled right now. So somebody said Amore ain't locked the gates when she left. It was the wild, wild west. By the time Candy and I came in, listen, Linda. By the time Candy and I came over here, Candy said, "What the heck have I walked into?" Yo, the sisterhood was on the loose. Ah, we got to clean everything up today. Somebody said Miss Fee had to finish cleaning up because she started it. Oh God. Everybody had to make sure the mansion was back in order before Mr. Moore's return because baby, Saturday night it was turned up. Oh snap. Oh man. Gosh, why was that the funniest, man? That was a funny ass experience, baby. Y'all took me on a trip, honey. Oh my goodness. Y'all took me on a trip last night. Oh my gosh, man. Miss Speaker said, Tip, I'm in the middle of the street waiting on you. I got my shoes on. I'm in the middle of the street. Can y'all imagine people pushing people to around in grocery carts, child? Listen, can y'all picture people on skates, man? Listen, it was a war zone. Oh my gosh, man. Folks came back having to be hosed off, child. Yeah, they had to hose everybody off before they came inside the gate, baby. Not Mr. Moore coming back to the white carpet being brown. Oh Lord. I think we might as well go ahead. We listen. If it wasn't for Candy I hosing everybody off, baby, we would have had to just order a whole nother carpet, baby. Miss Her said, I smell like fish. Yo, y'all did not disappoint. It did Blue had to take somebody to the damn hospital. And Blue stopped and got gas and coffee, child. Listen, not on the way to the hospital. Blue had to get, y'all know Blue love his coffee, child. Somebody told Blue to take somebody to the hospital, child, and he stopped and got mother freaking coffee. I was on the floor. Lord. Oh my God. I am rolling thinking about this shit, man. Listen, I feel like I watched a movie last night and I'm telling y'all about it. Oh my God. Oh gosh, I felt like I was watching a movie. Ah, ah, yo, oh gosh. Everybody was fake sleeping. Ah, oh my gosh. Yo, Blue said you can't pressure wash down there. Oh God. Wait, cause y'all doing it to me again. Now you know that shit was funny when I'm crying laughing now. Do you hear me? Now that's how I know the movie I watched last night was hilarious. I'm crying now. Mm-mm. Hey, cuz. Oh my God. Get in here. Oh man. I'm telling you, man, y'all ain't gonna do it to me today, baby. That movie last night was epic, baby. It was a movie. Lou said you can't pressure wash down there. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, that is so funny. And whoever was the, I loved too. Whoever was lost in the dark. That was a funny duo too. They needed the flashlights. I wish I could remember who all was where, but baby, I remember the scenarios and while this was going on with these, you had two people, you had two or three folks lost. They had minimum flashlights. Oh gosh, why was it so funny? Oh gosh, last night was epic, man. Epic. Just epic. That has officially become one of my favorite movies. Is the one y'all wrote last night. Oh my gosh. Man, listen, that needs to be a movie for real. I ain't even lying. Oh my God, Miss Heard had me on the floor. Oh my God. I can't even think. Well, listen, I don't know what was my favorite parts, man. It was just so funny. We just came to get a community, fried a fish, cooked the hamburger, and roasted a hog. Oh God. Oh my gosh. Yes, Miss Didi, you had me on the floor too. All y'all was funny. And whoever was uh how did we get here? Oh my gosh, man. The names in the chat. Oh my God. Lucky has insurance. Oh my God. Where is that person? Lucky has insurance. Y'all had me on the floor. It between the script and the names, I could not breathe last night. I could not breathe. Oh my gosh. I'm tickled pink. That was so entertaining. The list and the missing cartwheels. Oh, that sent me, baby. Now that right there flipped me over. I'm crying now. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, man. Listen. Y'all just don't know how much fun I had. Oh God. Oh my God. Everybody started cleaning up. And somebody said we should have to clean up. Miss Fee started this and then somebody said that's okay. We'll make Miss Fee do the rest. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, hey, baby. TC behind the gate, Miss Feet. Uh-uh. We ain't got no neighbors in that community. We on our own compound, baby. Miss TC was in the house behind the gate. Listen, I stayed in the gate, child. I stayed in the gate, child, and they came back and told me the story, baby. Listen, Linda. I'm trying to feed you, but you know, Candy Ray switch on us and we didn't make it back in the game. Oh my God. Somebody said where the sergeant's at. 30 minutes later, Candy came in just like the den mother. Like you got a den mother at a college and you done partied and you ain't supposed to and everything a wreck. Candy said, what have I walked into? Boy, listen, Linda. It was bombs over Baghdad. Oh my God. Thank you. Yes, if anybody want to bless this live on this beautiful Sunday, you are more than welcome to. We we accept all numbers over here in appreciation, as we will be getting into our part two of this segment here. I told y'all we had some levels. It was levels to this live. Um, let me see. Hey, Miss Nell Nell. TC, they was cutting up yesterday. They was cutting up, child. If you watched the beginning of the live, you would think we was in here having just I don't even know, having a little quiet picnic or something. Child, listen, listen. They opened up the gates and the whole chat broke loose. Oh, child. I'm gonna have to calm myself down now. I'm done. What J Band's doing? J Band's out here acting up. I had to go back out the gate to help find your shoes. Yep. What little bro out here doing? I went back to find my hubcaps. Yes, Lady E. Y'all so funny. Oh my God, yes. I am telling you, baby. Y'all made my entire night, baby. Yes, catch the replay. I gotta change the name and just say, listen, just go ahead and skip to the second hour. Cause baby, I went to sleep laughing. I woke up thinking about y'all like, yo, after I of course gave my God his praises, I said that family of mine is hilarious. Uh, he is right now. He oh Lord. Wait, let me grab my other device. Let me grab my other device. And y'all was J Bands running with us. Listen, Linda, I think J Bands beat y'all to wherever the destination was, baby. I think he beat everybody. Oh, I thought he was live now. I was about to say, oh Lord. I thought he was live now. I don't see him live on this page. I thought he was. Hoocha. Miss Fee, is you roasting anybody today over your way? Hey, exclusive. Who in the tree? Who in the tree? Hey, Miss Sonya, welcome. Who's in the tree? Exclusive. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I told them more. I was the quiet and resolved one, point proving y'all are hilarious. That's why they mad at that sisterhood and gated community. Yes, Tommy, baby. 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 I had the time of my YouTube life last night. I ain't even gonna front. We got 74 people in here. If y'all can want to hit the like button, well, that is free 99. You know, it's free to do that. And you can hit the like button for me, baby, baby. I have to get in here, tens. Oh, 12K. J man striking a page right now. Oh wow. Wow. I ain't mad at him. Let me see. Okay, 12K. Okay, we'll be right here. And I'm about to start part 2 of the show in just a second. If you are a content creator and you are here, please share the live if you could. If you could. If it's a slow night, I may I love you exclusive. Shout out to my beautiful mods in the building, my members, and all the chat family. Excuse me, y'all. I'm a little sinusy this morning if you can't tell in my voice. Yes, y'all. If y'all could, I know we ain't got a lot of people in here, but we got the right amount of people. If listen, I know I'm worth more than one super out this mug. Listen, at least you guaranteed a good time and real love and the truth where it matters. You heard me. Hey Tiff, I'm finna roast her, but again, she posted about me again. Wow. Let me see. Let me see. Get in here, tens. Look, he has insurance, man. Listen. That look he has insurance tickles me. Thank you, Miss Saya, for believing in me. Thank you so much for finding me worth a token of love. I greatly appreciate it, baby. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Did y'all know that the supers were different colors on different devices? On one phone is blue or turquoise, and on the other phone is light green. That's interesting. Uh that's 1111. 1111 is getting here tens and 12K. Let's see. Thank you, getting here tens. Thank you so much. Thank you, baby. Pardon me. For some reason, it's not allowing me to pin it. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart. You're worth it too. Shout out. Shout out. 1 second, babe. Thank you, Miss Talonda, for my fourth super. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you so, so much for sending something on this Sunday. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for being a blessing. I will always be humbled and grateful. Oh, let me drink some more water. Thank you, cousin. I love you. Thank you, baby. You don't have to do it, but you do. Thank you, family. Thank you so much. Thank you to my wonderful senders. Thank you to Tommy, Miss Sonia, Get In Here Tens, to Londa and TC Chronicles. Thank you, cuz I love you. Shout out to the family. Send something Sunday. Yes. And I thank you so much to those who have sent anything, to those of you that are here. If you shared, liked, subscribed, any of that, thank you so much. And I hope that God blesses you tenfold. And I hope that God can continue to use me as a vessel to bless you all in all types of different ways. Thanks you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. We gonna jump into my next order of business if y'all have time. That was our first couple of segments, and I'm gonna move on. Uh, Thank you so much, Ro baby. Thank you. I do see it. Thank you, my beautiful, for the blessing. Thank you. I actually have to turn on my notification. Thank you for saying that, Ro. I appreciate the very generous blessing, sweetheart. And also, I'm going to turn my notification on to this phone because it's on my other phone, and so I don't see it when I'm live like I used to. Now I have a new phone, but I'll fix that. Thank you, baby. I love you. You are so supportive and such a blessing. Thank you so much. Shout out to my wonderful, wonderful moderator, Ro Baby. And yes, y'all, please let me know when you do, because I'm on a different device and I do not want y'all to think that I am not seeing it or not grateful. Please let me know. I work off the new phone more than I do the old phone now. But thank you so much. You are a rock star. All right. Shout out to everybody. If there's anybody in here that's going live today, you can drop your time in the chat so we can pull up if anybody from super fans, Miss Fee, Ashley D, Miss Mel, if anybody comes in and you are a content creator, uh let us know. Keep us posted. And make sure to subscribe to one another. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to one another. Now to my next order of business. This has been such a great live. I almost could come back with my next order of business, but I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it. I decided to start doing a little bit of a segment in my shows called Weird Couple Alerts. Weird Couple Alert. Now, I know that most of us is very familiar with Kanye West. If you're not, he is a rap artist, a wealthy one. He has done lots of amazing projects. Used to be married to Kim Kardashian, who he has several children with. He's 47 years old and from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Shawan. I love you, sweetie. Thank you so much for my super. Thank you. Thank you, baby. He is now married to a woman called Bianca West. She's Bianca Sensory originally, but I assume she has his last name, whatever. Now, if you don't know much about her, she is 30 years old, a model, an architect, and architectural designer, and she is also from Australia. Now I heard that too, but I'm gonna wait a little bit because it could just be a couple's quarrel, and because she already telling Kim Kardashian to fall back, so we'll see about that. But we'll keep an eye on it. This is gonna be my weird couple alert for this upcoming week. The reason why I'm bringing her up today, because there's lots to really talk about when it comes to this couple, but I'm going to keep it on a surface level today. All right. Now, the picture that I have for the thumbnail, um, it's one that's less provocative, excuse me. And I did not want to be as a monetized page, I didn't want to be flagged for putting the kind of pictures I really want you to see of her. But if you were to Google them, or if you were to go on YouTube and just type in their names, you will see a bunch of examples of how this lady dresses pretty nudish, literally going out in underwear and bras. The reason why I thought to bring this couple up today as my weird couple alert is because we already know that Kanye West has had his weird attention seeking moments. All right. We're pretty used to this from him. But what I do want to talk about is them as a couple and her as a woman. Now, if you were to look back before they got together, like I told you, she is an architectural designer. She is a architect, and she is also a model. Okay. A very pretty woman. I actually liked the way that she used to dress. She was very sleek. She had a very sleek look about her. I thought I like the way that she wears her clothes before Kanye. Um, right, absolutely. Talk to me in the chat. Um, if you were to look back at her pictures before being with Kanye, she was much more reserved. She actually looked like someone who would be a designer of some sort. Very clean, very she was very well put together, and she just looked like business. She looked like business. She looked like, she was about her bag, and also very beautiful. um Now, if you were to compare her older pictures, she's been married to Kanye since 2022. And if let me see. Right, Ro baby. Right. The reason why I'm bringing them up is because this couple, to me, in the YouTube streets, period, y'all, we see a lot of weird things, right? A lot of people that fish for attention, do stupid things for attention, all of this, that, and the third, right? But normally they're already well established people, or trying to be established. There's always some type of factors, this, that, in the third. But in this case, let's talk about 47-year-old Kanye West and 30-year-old model and architect designer Bianca Sensory. Now, looking at them now, this lady goes out with see-through garments and underwear, fishnet tights, grandma heels that looks just Jesus. Hold on, y'all. Nah, I ain't gonna show y'all because I don't have my blur effect on and I don't want to be showing that. Go, all you gotta do is Google it. Is Google it. Um, Hold on. Wipe my giggly bush. All right. So this woman was well put together and beautiful and just have a lot going for her. Now, now she looks dirty, dingy. She looks nasty. You can't even see the beauty of what she was and that beautiful face. You can't see it because now you're too busy. I'm too busy looking at her like, why are your why are you walking around in public with your nippies showing? Why are you walking around in public in underwear with your butt hanging out? Why are you in these restaurants with fishnet stockings on? Fishnet stockings on, underwear that don't even look appealing. It's not like she's out here in like well put together fits. Even if you're gonna be half naked, at least like damn, no, it looks weird and nasty. Now let me tell you something about what you'll see here. Later on tonight, I may come on and show you guys. We may watch it together so we can kind of get some visuals together. But this lady is going around in see-through bras, thongs and underwears, grandma underwears, stuff that don't even look good and appealing to her body, just half naked. And the reason why there's a lot to this, you guys, is because not only is there a breakdown there of this woman's mental, but it surely is a breakdown of this man's mental. And not on a personal level, a personal individual level, but as a couple, as a married couple. What does it say about now? I don't care if you pretending to love each other. I don't care what the situation is. What is going on in this woman's mind as an architect, as a businesswoman, as a model to actually be out here and now you look like a paid streetwalker and not a good one. Wearing your hair back in a dingy bun. You not, and then on top of that, you guys, this lady, when she's out half naked with him, she has these moments where she tries to look comfortable, but she doesn't. She kind of covers herself in with her arms, put her hands in awkward places and things, and looks a little fidgety and uncomfortable, like she was a stolen from somewhere. She almost looks like she's a forced wife, allegedly. Like she was. It's weird. The whole thing is weird. And thank you. Her body isn't really bodying. Like she's a small framed woman, but she doesn't look healthy. It's not that she's too small or she has the body of maybe a typical woman, but I mean model, but it's just not doing anything. Then she puts on these things like, hey, just because you can fit it and just because you can put it on don't mean that you should. It doesn't mean like, listen, even if you're gonna go out here and be half naked, At least be cute with it if that's what you're gonna do. So then people can say, hey, yeah, she half naked, but at least she out here rocking it. Yeah, she's showing off her body and it's slutty-ish, but you know how you can have, listen, baby, it's tricks on the street that dress better than this lady does. She puts on these, it looks like when you take the trailer park out of, I'm sorry, I might not be using the right terms here or whatever. I ain't got time to find you the right terms, but it looks like when you take a cute girl out of a bad situation or something, and they still in a bad situation, only with things. It is crazy to be a wife out here and to be with a man. I don't care what type of life you living. You could be a poor man and have respect for your wife and want your wife to respect herself. No decent man would want their wife walking the streets for every man to be looking at like a piece of meat. Literally not just showing not just wearing undergarments, but wearing undergarments and see-through undergarments at that. Then take yourself into the cheesecake factory where families are eating and where children are going around eating and dining. And because your name is Bianca Sensory and because your name is Kanye West, you are first of all allowed to come in these places. You wouldn't even be allowed in my establishment. I don't care if your name was whoever it is. You like, people don't realize it's almost like a pick. Well, yeah, you making your establishment look a little shady, but oh well, Kanye ate here. I would rather show my guest, you know what? I don't care that you are Kanye West. You go tell your wife to go put on a shirt, and then you go or something, and you come in here like you have no sense, some sense. Do you know how infuriated I would be sitting there eating food with my nieces and nephews, my young nieces and nephews, and you come in here with your naked spouse, and now my son or daughter, niece or nephew, little cousin, whoever it is sitting there, can't even eat in color on a little paper no more because they sitting there looking at somebody naked body because that's not what they would be used to seeing on public streets. That is disgusting behavior. What type of man are you? And at 30 years, yeah, he did. But guess what? Kim might have been out here. Now, I will say he did kind of take the corniness, like, because Kim, she wore fitted clothes and stuff, but she was basic. You know what I'm saying? She wore basic things. I do think that he accentuated Kim more, but Kim wasn't out here naked. Kim wasn't out here naked. Skimpy, yes. So tight she can't breathe, sure. But out here going in these restaurants with her nips hanging out, where you could see literally the entire crack down somebody, you know what? Now we see Skimpy out on the streets all the time. You can go out on any given Friday, Saturday night and see some half dressed chicks, a bra and a jacket on, or this, that, and the third on. You can see, but see, in classy places, like you have a woman who can have a badass like undergarment on, like a badass bustier or a bra type situation that might be like laced, come a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? And then might have a some fitted trousers with a fitted blazer, and some shades, and or whatever, to where you can, it almost will look like maybe they ain't had no shirt on under there. But as they're moving around, that blazer is cut just right over that bra or that undergarment. There's ways that you can do stuff like that, and it be still looking classy and smooth. But a wise woman told me, when you're doing a skin thing, when it comes to showing skin and stuff like that, a wise person told me, like, if you gonna show your belly and your a little belly and some shoulders, well, don't show no cleavage. If you going to wear something short that come right, right underneath your buns or something like that, why not, you know, have a little cover of the upper part, a little more material up top, a big shoulder, or a dramatic sleeves. They could even be off the shoulder. I got a badass mini dress jean. It's a jean dress that fit in all the right places. It ain't up my booty, but it's short. But it has dramatic sleeves that leave my shoulders out, but not my arms. Looks amazing. If you have on a long dress or some trousers or something, you could be a little more whatever on top. But it's not classy when you're out here, and like this thing people do with showing the top of their thongs and underwears and things like that. Baby. I don't listen. When I hit 40, I became very interested in being in clubs, and now I like places where a woman might have a nice bum, a nice derriere, right? And she might have on a dramatic blouse with a super tight fitted pencil skirt or something, and some nice heels, or might have on some extremely fitted pants, but with a nice top, or this, that, and the third. I don't party where people want to show, unless you going to the strip club. Listen, I like places that people can get down, dance through this and the third. But no, 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 baby. If there's a chick somewhere that's in a place partying, and she want half of her G string hanging out, I'm in the wrong place. That's just how I feel about it. Cause you are what you attract, in a lot of ways. Yes, ain't nothing wrong with it's not what you do, it's how you do it when you out in the streets. When you out in the streets, it's about representing yourself well, representing your man well, and representing your children well. You know? Ain't nothing wrong with short mini dresses. Ain't nothing wrong with cleavage. Ain't nothing wrong with some shoulders. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I would think somebody crazy to have a short dress, all your cleavage out, all your shoulders out, and then the motherfucker see through. It's just too much. It's just too much. Unless you going to a lingerie party or the strip club, like I'm a little more sexier and things a little bit tighter and this, that, and the third. If I'm going to the strip club, oh, I'm going to look at the eye candy and I'm going to beat the eye candy. You better ask my husband about me, baby. Baby. And I don't got to be half naked. I ain't got to be out the list. And baby, I get all the right attention when I'm out. It be women dancing half naked, and baby, people husbands be looking at me and looking at my husband tipping his hat. Cause baby, I be on my sexy boss shit when the hell I'm out. You heard me. However, and the purpose of all this is to say what's in this woman's mind. What is in her mind that she feels that this is what she needs to be doing. This is what how a wife should be. Why would she want? I don't give a damn how rich your husband is, because she got her own bag too. This lady is an architect. She's a designer. This lady is a model. You know what I'm saying? Attention is one thing, but degrading yourself in such a magnificent way on a daily basis, this ain't no Friday night going out and hey, I'm gonna live a little bit on the edge when I step out. No, this is in your everyday life going into the grocery store. No. Weird couple alert. Why would you want to treat your wife like a piece of just a literally a piece of meat? You want the whole world to know what your wife's nips look like, what and then like, baby, you want the world to know what like that's what you've resorted yourself to? Nobody even sees you anymore because all they're seeing is, my God, what is this woman wearing? Yes, people be feeling sorry for her. No, this is a choice she's making, and she's got a bag of her own that she doesn't have to make that choice. She don't have to make that choice. What she looks like, a lot of people are saying allegedly that she's going to divorce him in a few years and get a whole lot of bank, and say that she has been being mentally abused and this, that, and the third. Yes, Fee. Absolutely, Miss Fee. Coming to America, Kanye barked like a dog. Kanye say bark like a dog, and she doing it for the dollar. Yes. That is simply crazy to me. Why would you want why in the world would you want to exploit your wife like that? Why would you even want to do it? Why would that be the message that you want to send out to other young people? And why is this like okay? Because what I would question is, and listen, people get charges for walking around like that. People get charges for public nudity. And that's what that is. You know? So I'm like, what does that say about our society that we are allowing our youth to be to have this placed upon them? It used to be a reason why movies was rated R, why they give you disclaimers and things. So you mean you could just be walking out of the Cheesecake Factory, and this couple walking in, and what's the point of sheltering your children and doing all this work to be a great role model in your kid's life when all it takes is a Bianca sensory to now have the things you've protected your kids from, and now what, the kids can't go out to eat now because there might be a Bianca sensory in there eating. You take your family to family restaurants for a reason. Otherwise, you might as well have the kids at the bar. You might as well allow the children to be in strip clubs before the age of 18. If that's what you're going to turn the Cheesecake Factory into. And why I keep saying that is because I saw a clip of them going into the Cheesecake Factory, and she had on a see-through tank top with underwear on. And you can see everything up top. That's a family restaurant. Even society has to make it make sense. Has to make it make sense. You got your breast out and you don't even have a child attached to them. You just out here just no. That type of mess would not be allowed in my establishment at all. Like, no. Why is this okay? You can't take the kids out to the parks without, this is how you bring your wife to the park. This is how you bring your wife to the restaurants. This is how she chooses to walk around, and that's okay. Kids should not have to be exposed to these wild behaviors of adults in public. There are still laws for public behavior. There are resorts for that type of stuff. That is not okay. No regular couple would be allowed in there like that. It shows what's more important. You didn't care. The establishment did not care about the dynamics to which is behind their restaurant. They didn't care about the families who have to sit here and look at this woman's breasts all through their dinner, cover their kids' eyes, move around. Like, you sit here making your whole establishment uncomfortable, probably besides, yeah, I'm sure some dirty husbands and men probably in there or whatever. But you sit here making all these people uncomfortable just so the name Kanye can come eat at your restaurant. Weird behavior, man. Weird couple. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. Listen, I don't care how many albums you got. I don't care how wealthy you is. You can do better. You are out here showing the world that this is how women should be treated. And she's out there showing the world this is how a woman should be treated. Long as your husband is wealthy and a superstar, you don't have to be a person in a relationship. That is bad, crazy behavior. Nobody should have to be stuck being just as paying their money is just as good. Anybody in these establishments, money is just as good. They spending money too. It ain't but so much you can spend in a Cheesecake Factory between two people. You got probably families of 8, 6, 4, and all kind of stuff sitting in them restaurants spending their money. But because you need a name in your establishment, they have to sit here and bear through that. That's weird. It ain't cute. It ain't cute at all. Like for real. And the funniest thing is you a whole listen, yay, you a whole designer yourself. You a whole clothing designer yourself and your wife running around here with no clothes on. Your ex-wife is a designer. Your ex-wife do undergarments. And listen, Linda, now you gonna really have to make it make sense. You run around here in garbage bags looking crazy, all up in your wife out here naked, you out here overdressed. Y'all look crazy. You walking around here in black garbage bags every day. It says a lot that y'all are trash as a couple. She walks around like allegedly, she walks around like the trash and you're the trash bag. That's how I feel about it. Like, what does being rich mean when you gonna be like foolish? You got too much money and too much clout to blow it all on what you doing. Your wife is a whole model, and you not even utilizing her. If you gonna use her, you could be using her as walking advertising. You sitting here with a whole model, and she ain't got no clothes to wear. You are being weird. Is this how you would want your daughters to walk around? It's disgraceful. This how you bringing her to family dinners? How you gonna bring her to family dinners? So Uncle Ron can be like, oh yeah, you got you a nice one there, boy. You got you a nice one there, boy. What you doing there, boy? You want Uncle Ron? Listen, Linda, ain't no way. That's how you gonna like for real. Your whole wife is a Kardashian. You out here shooting for bad, bruh. You out here shooting bad. Your wife it was pretty dope. If you would have left her alone like she was, now you got her out here looking like trailer park stuff. No offense to the trailer parks, but y'all know what I mean. I'm just telling you, bruh. Y'all out here running around with ski mask and all kind of shit. If you gonna listen, Linda, running around here looking like you done allegedly stole something. Was stealing some clothes. If you want to look like you out here on some heisty shit, go heist her ass something to wear because it's ridiculous. And then on top of that, Kanye, the fact that you is really like turning this lady into a joke because she out here in grandma's kitten heels and stuff. She not even wearing no fly stuff, nothing. Like you making your own self look like a joke because you're a designer. And sensory. Bianca, it's a damn shame. It should tell you something that when he was with Kim, he actually upgraded her wardrobe. He actually had her looking flyer in the fashion world. Meanwhile, he took your clothes off and just left you for the wolves. Why he ain't do for you what he did to the other wife? This child brought his measuring tape everywhere he went. He was creating her outfits while she was at award shows. This dude had his needle, his thread, and his scissors, and would recreate stuff for her. He kept like, listen, Kim wants to wear skimpy stuff, but Kim likes to show off her body too. But he made showing off her body a little flyer. Like, hey, if you gonna do it right. He ain't had Kim out here looking crazy like that. And listen, Linda, How you gonna give one wife clothes and then you take the other wife clothes? That's weird. That's weird. It's one thing when your man do something to make you better, make you flyer, but it's a whole nother thing when your man reduces you down, reduces you down, got you looking worse than the streetwalkers. Y'all look goofy out here, shorty. Like I know I'm a small time little channel over here and all of that, but listen, y'all out here looking like goofies and no cap. There's just no cap. You know, it's a shame. Like that ain't funny, ain't cute. Y'all look lost. Y'all look lost. Like, what is even a point? People gonna follow Kanye and want pictures of him just because he's Kanye. Y'all don't have to do all this. Y'all could be known as one of the flyest couples out there. Like like your clothing line ain't cute, according to my opinion. I think you just stop it. Like you doing too much homely looking stuff, and for what and for who? Like, dude, you's a rich man. Stop exploiting yourself and your marriage and your wife because you bored and you bitter. That's what you seeming like. You bored and you bitter. Period. Neither one of y'all being with each other is not a good look. This is when saying that you Kanye West girl don't look good. If anything, child, you should be trying to cover up your face. According to me, you should be trying to cover up your face. You might be on the right thing with them scarves and them ski masks and stuff. Girl, you might be on the right thing. You should be embarrassed, homie. Y'all are clothing designers and architects, and y'all sitting up in here looking homely for what? Y'all just want a whole bunch of pictures out there saying, "Look at them, they look crazy." Okay, we get it. Y'all look a little wild with it. But how long we gonna do this? How long you gonna be running around here looking like the disgruntled angry man, the disgruntled bitter man that can't smile? Like cockiness don't even look right on you because you just seem like lost. Like you need to go heal, and so do your wife. Y'all need to go heal. Y'all don't look like celebrities out here. To me, y'all look goofy. No offense. I'm a huge fan of your music. I think you are a wonderful artist. I think your wife is very beautiful, but I think y'all out here doing the most and it's really giving the least. Y'all could be out here on y'all fly couple stuff, goals. That ain't goals. Y'all what I wouldn't want to look like. It's just weird. It's really weird. Yo, wife shouldn't be out here looking like a kidnapped like immigrant or something. She shouldn't look like that. She looked lost, confused, and it's all a ploy because that lady got plenty of sense. She know what's going on. She put that face on when y'all out and about trying to look like she lost, kidnapped, and don't know how she got here. She know how she got there. That's why when you put them big coats on her, she actually smiled and looked more free because she covered up. She be happy that she can be the her she was before you, where her breast and all this wasn't showing, stuff like that. She still looked ridiculous, but when she had that big fur coat on, looking crazy because it was raining outside, and this mud walking around in a big fur coat and heels, that be when you know people just doing crazy stunts. So the day that you actually gonna cover up, you gonna put on a big fur coat in the rain with your legs out. possibly with nothing on under it, and some heels. He covered up in pants, a hat, a jacket, sneakers. Like, making your life make sense. Stop looking like a goofy for another man's bag, baby, and get back to your own. And Kanye, you need to figure it the hell out, because now your stunts just out here goofy and don't even make no sense. Being out here being a bona fide genius and trying to act like, I know you may be like, wow, everybody done been through some things, and I'm not disregarding none of that. But baby, you are too good of a businessman. You are a wonderful artist, producer. You got a lot of things going for yourself. It ain't no need to be walking around looking like you done dropped the ball, the bag, and your mind. Like, enough with the I'm crazy yay act, and just get it together. Homeboy, you got plenty of sense, or you wouldn't be who you are today. It's the genius in you that got you here today, not all this extra stuff. That might keep you in the tabloids, but that ain't how you got in the tabloids. You got in the tabloids by creating something out of you got it out the mud. You created this wonderful album after something so hard happened in your life, a tragedy, something that it came from your pain. Out of your pain came purpose, man. That's a story to tell. You found purpose out of your pain. You getting older. You pushing 50. It's time to stop clowning around and get on your grown man stuff. You got the bread. You ain't even really got to work another day in your life. You could enjoy the world. You got like 300, 400 million dollars. You good for the rest of your life. You getting older. I thought you would be the yay. I know, right, Ro baby? Yeah, we could talk about that one day too. I thought you would be the yay that would be out here making a difference in some third world country or something. Be out here building some things, building some schools, or doing something other than just floating around like a wanderer, like a nomad, looking all expressionless. For what? It's okay to smile. Mhm. It's okay to smile. It's okay to have it's wonderful to have a beautiful partner, but there's no way you're happy to call somebody your wife and exploit them. You That means that that person really is not sacred to you. There is no way in the world. I don't think it's sexy to have a man that wants you to take off clothes in the public. I think it's sexy to have a man that's like, you ain't putting that shit on. And if you is, I'm going with you. Good questions. Over time, I kind of have forgotten, but you know, we can touch base in it, figure it out, add to. I used to watch the Kardashians faithfully, but I stopped some years ago, like 3 years ago, maybe four. Um, but like season 1 through about 8, I was there, baby. Um, don't know real man want they woman out exposing themselves. No, Tommy, no. And don't no real woman, shouldn't no real woman want to exploit themselves. No real woman should want to go. It's okay to look sexy and fly and all of that, but not when you out here naked and looking homely. You half naked and you don't even look good half naked. That's what's crazy to me. You ain't even out here like you got some, and that's probably why they be letting her in these places looking like that. Cause they probably like, child, ain't nobody paying her no attention. Ain't nobody paying you no attention. Like the body ain't even bodying, baby. You out here half naked and looking like child by saying not your children being able to go on YouTube or Google and see what they stepmama whole entire body look like. Not your children, not even having to, accidentally walk in your room on you by accident or nothing like that. Walk in on you in the bathroom or nothing like that. But not you just, hey, like, no, baby. Like for real. I hope that lady, I hope wherever she at, I hope she do stay gone. But I don't really believe it because, like I said, she was already tweeting allegedly telling Kim, they said Kim was trying to console him. And allegedly she posted for Kim to basically hands off Moody Suka. She basically told Kim hands off. So, if you really done with somebody, you ain't worrying about who checking for them, baby. You ain't even worried. So I hope she does. I hope she's over it. I hope she uh gets some like help. I hope that she is done because baby, that man do not love you. That man do not love you, honey. And I'm telling you now, it's nothing but regret. Living that kind of life is nothing but regret. You gonna regret it. You gonna look back and say, I was literally walking around here publicly exposing myself in nakedness for the world to see. One day she will have I don't think she has kids yet, but one day she will. And all of those pictures and shorts and tabloids, it's not going anywhere. One day she won't be 30, she'll be 50 and look back and say, I can't believe I was walking around. I can't believe that dude wanted me to walk around like this. And one day he may look back when he gets his head out the clouds. Yes, Sonya. One day he'll get his head out the clouds and understand why, where he went wrong. Where he went wrong. People get tired of pretending to be crazy with you, pretending that the stuff you doing is okay. I hope that she does uh go about her business. She's a very smart, intelligent, beautiful woman. Why are you wasting it to say you Kanye West wife? You got money. You shouldn't need to sit here and exploit yourself for a bag. That's what the hoes do. You shouldn't be doing that stuff. Period. Mm-mm. If you think you mature enough to be somebody's wife, you should be mature enough to know what that should look like. And they ain't got nothing to do with religion, everything to do with self-respect. You ain't even got to believe in God to want to be a decent person, to want to be a woman of class. I know what it's like to be in my 20s and you be a little more privileged when you're, growing as an adult. But when you get a certain age, growing up ain't just for your 30s, 40s, 50s, this, that, and the third. I know lots of young adults that are very mature that have avoided a lot of humiliation and BS and tragedies in their life by not having to be proven that the darkness is out there. They don't, it's a lot of people don't step out of the light to be proven that it's ugliness and darkness and BS. No. Sometimes, hey, listen, Linda, I know some kids that they avoided peer pressures. They avoided having children before marriage and other things before marriage. Then they ain't have to be rich. They ain't have to be famous. They ain't have to go to no special nor private school. It's about instilling morals. It ain't about instilling a religion. It should be a religion, right? That have morals, discipline, guidance, and certainly understanding. Straight like that. Like, child, you would be surprised. There's some children out here that understand how money works. And knowing it, listen, if you still gotta have your hand out needing your parents for a single dollar, listen, if you still gotta ask to borrow something for yourself, you sure don't need to be doing things that could bring yet another life into the world that you can't take care of. You gotta explain to your kids, baby. You know how I have to pay for everything you do. You're gonna have to pay for everything a child does. And unless you ready for that, you better not prepare yourself to be ready for nothing else. If you ain't ready to be concerned with day, uh-uh. Not when it comes to being irresponsible and ill prepared. Gotta let children know early. Baby. Now, you better take all your classes and everything you know what I'm saying. Whatever you need to do, you better have it done. That's how I feel about parenting and giving a talk in 2025. Listen, Linda, with having a baby, listen, that means you better be prepared to have your own roof. You better be prepared to not only feed it but feed you. Listen, mm-mm. I am a Saturday and Sunday grandmother. I'm not your Friday night lituation. No, 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 no. Baby. You gotta think about all that. Uh. Just cause you ready don't mean I'm ready. Baby. If you gonna need me, we gonna have to talk about when we ready. When you ready to become a parent and I'm ready to become a grandparent. You're not gonna be making these choices on your damn own. And baby. Ain't one of them. My mama gonna help me raise the baby. I ain't help you make it. That's how I feel about it. I ain't help you make it. Baby. Mm-mm. No, baby. Gotta be prepared to make insurance on all the doctor's visits. They had you a car, a crib, all that there, and your own money. I am not getting no extra job for nobody's infamil. I ain't coming out of my break room retirements. I ain't doing it. Either we gonna be ready together or not. Thank you, Miss DD. That's my bro. White. Did I miss something in the chat? Oh, and yes, Ro baby, Kanye does have a compassion. I love Kanye. I just feel like enough is enough on his bullshit. I want some greens and hog maw. Ah, but yes, baby. Shout out to Miss Fee with her cute self. And whoever being showed. But yes, that's it. Oh yes, Ro. You know, the music ain't got nothing to do with him as a husband. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can have bad music and be a great husband. Yeah, I love his music, baby. You can't turn out the lights in here, baby. Extra bright. I want y'all to see this. Period. Period, Pooh. Period. Okay, I have to check it out, baby. I have to check it out. Um, Ro baby, as far as they go, I think I would put them on a weird couple alert, too. I would put them on a weird couple alert. Let's say that. Cause I might pull them up for a weird couple alert. Oh, thanks, Tiff. You fine too, boo. Thank you. So are you, baby. So are you. So are you. Um, but yes, I would put them there. We got 50 people in the building. If anybody want to help me reach my lucky number 7 super sticker, I would really greatly appreciate hitting that number 7. I'm not really a fan of 6. Yes. I mean, I think they're a great business couple. I do love Jay-Z. I do love Beyonce. And I wish their marriage a lot of success. Do I think they have is it a little off-putting sometime, a little mysterious, a little awkward? Absolutely. I would definitely stamp them with a weird couple alert. I certainly would. I certainly would. I also prefer aesthetic wise, I prefer Jay-Z without the dreads, but I respect change or whatever. But I am rooting for him to cut his hair though. I do think he much more slick with it. He much more smooth with it when his hair is cut. I hope I wasn't covering the voice thing. I feel like I was. But yeah, I think he's much more swag when his hair is cut. You know, he ain't never been the finest brother, but Jay Z, um, he knew how to, what I'm saying, put that shit on. Yes, you know, even even when he, whether it was on some street stuff or when he became, a suit and tie brother, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much, too flashy, but it was just the right amount of sauce. But now he kind of looked like, um, I don't know. I don't know. I can't describe it. I don't like his style on a regular, like he don't really got no sex appeal to him. I'll say that. Now he must have something for them to have enough babies, but uh now Ro baby, I'll say this. I do think B got some shit with her. I do think, you know, you know what I'm saying? I don't think she know. I don't know. I don't know. She a little tricky. Thank you, Jay Benz. Thank you, babe. Thank you for my lucky number 7. Thank you so much. But yeah, he ain't sexy no more. And she to me never looks like over the moon, happy and love. They always look like they holding a secret. They always look like, you know, sometimes their chemistry to me is a little weird. You know, like they love each other, but I believe they love each other. They're attracted to each other, but I still think it's a little weird. I think Beyonce loves the family dynamics and even loves him. Business, they got a lot of money, they have beautiful children, you know, all of that. But I kind of imagine Beyonce with a more debonair brother. Which that would be the case if like Jay-Z is that shit. He is that dude. So actually, I mean, I get it. I mean, these mubs are billionaires, you know what I'm saying, together. And but yeah, it's, yeah, they probably, work well together in the boudoir. And again, she probably attracted to his business mind. He know how to get that bag, and he ain't nothing to fuck with in the streets. Like, let's keep it hot. Jay Z, ain't nobody fuck with Jay Z. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jay Z, he got muscle behind him. I agree, Mama 3. I agree. I certainly agree. Yes. It's 3 o'clock already. It's almost time for me to get my turkey wings in the oven. Time for me to clean my wings. I meant to last night and season them, but I fell asleep. But they'll still be seasoned. I'm going to wash them and season them and let them sit for about an hour and marinate a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna make turkey wings. I'm gonna make asparagus, and I'm making mashed potatoes and gravy because I'm doing smothered turkey wings. I'm gonna do them smothered with some onions and bell peppers and do a gravy and some mashed potatoes, some sauteed asparagus with a little Parmesan crust on it, Parmesan cheese crust. And yes, we don't do a lot of bread with our dinners. I used to, but we do a lot of bready things for breakfast, so we don't do it for dinner. Cause we be having toast, pancakes, stuff like that. Biscuits. I got you, baby. I'm actually about to do the same. I'm about to season up my food. Because it's 3 o'clock. We usually have dinner here about 8. We not early eaters. But it's Sunday, so we might we usually do it a little earlier on Sundays. Um, but yeah, I'ma do a little cleaning myself. Actually, I'm also planning what I need to do right after I season the meat is I need to give Ghost a bath because I've been waiting. I should have did it yesterday because it was hot, hot, but I had things to do. I actually went and did my uh, uh yesterday. I went to give my help my granny with her baths and rebraided her hair because I washed her hair already last week. But I went to rebraid it yesterday, get her a bath, and what else I do? And we was chatting. Me and Granny, we was chatting a lot, and I've been kind of doing a lot of research and taking in a lot of historical facts about our family or whatever. Cause my grandma is our last elder, really. And like y'all already know, I was blessed to come into this world with several grandfathers and grandmothers on both sides or whatever. And I think I've lived to have in my lifetime, let me see, in my lifetime, I've had 8 grandparents, um, oops, 9 grandparents uh living, including my step grandfather who has been in my life my whole life too. And so yeah, I was blessed to have 8 or 9, excuse me, elders in my life and even had, 3 grandmothers in the same house at one point. three generations of grandmothers living in the same house. And that was everything, you know. Thank you, get in here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yep. That's usually where my cash apps are goes to. It goes to get my granny little things like um and a lot of the old break room family knows like the break room family got her that I bought her a bigger clock and a new phone with bigger buttons when her eyesight because of diabetes was starting to she could still see but not as well because of glaucoma and all of that. And so you know, last year I had to kind of start, you know, getting things that make her life easier. And so that's where I used to dedicate and still do all my cash apps go to buying my granny little gifts and you know, her favorite snacks and um all kind of stuff, you know, whatever she wants. And losing a lot of family members like her mom. One of my grandmas died in 95 at the age of 100. My other one in 2020 at the age of 104, which was 1 month before her 105th. And now this grandmother is turns 90 this year. So it's been truly, truly a blessing. And it's just been wonderful. So her sister passed 2 years ago on Valentine's Day. Due to complications with uh the COVID shot. I believe. But they were best friends. They did everything together. They were always each other's next door neighbors. They just did everything together. They moved in two different states together. This is how my mom met my father due to my family would migrate everywhere together. You know, California was one of those places. However, my grandma's sister, they would talk every morning, every afternoon, every night. They did choir practice and usher boys together. Everything was together. Do you hear me? They worked every job together. They retired from the same places. All of that. They were always they would buy new cars at the same time together. It was one would always get green, one would always get blue. Um, so since my aunt passed, it kind of aged my grandmother. It was a great loss for her to lose her younger sister and best friend and all of that. So all of us grandchildren have just kind of pitched in, rallied around her. You know, my father is deceased, so she only has one living child, which is my uncle, who beat cancer 2 years ago, or whatnot. But so I've just been spending a lot of time gathering, you know, we talked um about the old days and even my older family's time um you know down to like a century ago, you know, and all the things my grandma knew from back in the day. It was just really dope, you know. It was really dope. Even conversations of you know, the plantations that some of my family was worked on and raised on, and the conversations about their little houses around the big house. And we never knew that my family on that side was raised on plantations and things like that. And we never knew. We only heard stories about the big house and the big house growing up. And it was real interesting. It was real deep, you know. It's been real deep. living in another time through my ancestors' eyes, you know? And so as we grew up and learned what the big house was, it piqued our interest to know much, much more about our ancestors and how they the stories they tell, how they grew up, you know, and the description of it all, and how we never recognized it as a plantation. When my great grandmother and them would tell these stories, we never knew. We thought they all lived in a big house. Um, we did not know what that was, you know. And so it was just a fascinating thing to hear these stories and learn about the different lands and that as they all progressed and you know there were no longer slaves working farms and this that and the third or whatever. um i I remember my uncle and aunt had this home that we always visited every few months. It was, I talked about it before, it was the best thing ever out in the country. Sprawling land in this little tin roof house, you know, where at night you couldn't see your well actually it's kind of what I'm doing, Mama Three. It's kind of what I'm doing along with the help of my sister. Um And I think I told y'all last week about the shoebox I found that my granddaddy had put up that we didn't even know existed. And I actually go through some of that with y'all on a show and tell. Oh my goodness. Finding these water bills from like the 50s, y'all. Looking at the prices of some stuff, you know, receipts and so many pictures, and we didn't not even know this shoebox existed until about 3 weeks ago. I found it, um, and it was it took my breath away, honestly. Looking at these things where back then you weren't called renters, you were called lodgers, and it would say lodger number one, lodger number two, and um uh goodness gracious, it takes my breath away. Listen, you know, it's so much, y'all, that I'm over. I'm. It's just so much. It was overwhelming. You know, I found pictures of my father I had never seen before. You know, and shout out to that beautiful man. But finding these statements and insurance receipts and things, fire insurance receipts where the prices on things and in the 50s and the 60s and the 40s, you know, touching these papers that my grandparents touched and signed and payments they made on things. The older deeds before the family home has been passed down now, um, um, through generation to generation. But seeing the documents of when they bought this home and oh my gosh, like seeing like fragile papers that had been held up so well because they remained in this shoebox that my grandfather put them in, well, along with all these family photos. And oh my God, and I found this like about 2 weeks ago. And I went through some or whatever, but I can't wait to have a better look, you know, and share some of that with y'all. think it'd be something different, something cool to look at, and just knowing like, wow, this is the life my grandfather and my grandmother kept up so well for us to have a good life, for us to have homes passed down to us and land. Um, Looking at these receipts of the life that was given to me was everything, you know. Now looking at some pictures of my great great grandfather and knowing that those pictures um were taken um on these plantations, um was crazy. It was crazy, you know. It was amazing. It was to live amongst generations that have oh yeah, I could read them beautifully. Um to be amongst those who lived this. As y'all know, I lived in the home with a grandmother born in 1895, and she passed away in 1995 when I was 12 years old, very close to my 12th birthday. And to have been able to walk in the gardens with this woman born in 1895. When I look back, I think about how lucky I was, how truly, truly lucky I was, and how much I'll cherish my grand, you know, walking with us in the gardens. And y'all know I just learned on yesterday, talking to my grandma, I just learned on yesterday that my 100-year-old grandmother who passed in 95, you know, I learned who in my family was in the field, who was in the big house. Just on yesterday, I started asking questions to my grandmother, who was a child, very, very young, very, very young. When my grandmother, who's living now, was a child, you know, they uh they moved to freedom. But for her to be able to tell me those stories and who lived in which house and all of that was just dope. I appreciate your mama three. I'm in a very nostalgic place in my mind. I'm in a whole different place of nostalgia in my mind. But that type of thing is everything to me. I'm taking my notes and I'm, you know, listening and writing down names, writing down so many things, and realizing that this little pathway that was behind my uncle's house, we weren't never allowed to go through there because as kids it was where they would fish at. It was the fishing hole back there. And we went to another, when we would fish, we would go to another pond, but my uncle always went through the this little wooded path to another fishing pond. And little did I know, we never went through there, right? As kids. I don't know why. We were allowed to, you know, but for some reason we never went to that particular fishing hole with my uncle. And I'm kind of regret that I didn't, because through that pathway was led to the plantation land. It led you right there. But for some reason, I would have loved to like have seen it with my own eyes, but I didn't know that that was the pond that they was fishing on, because we never went to that pond. But the men did. The men did. And I regret not going as a child, you know. And I just learned like this week that that was the property, the land that my uncle would go on through the woods. I never knew that his home was literally behind the woods of that. You know what I mean? I just never knew. It is so crazy. Me and my sister is planning to go up there. It's like 2.5 hours away. It's under 3, but we plan on going. I just want to put my feet and toes in the sand of the front yard again. I'm pretty sure it's a whole nother house built there. And heck, that land probably a shopping center or something now, but I gotta stand there. And I found out that my grandfather had a church there, and I want to see it. Mm-hmm. Yes, Mama 3 on my father's side. Yeah, it was here in North Carolina. And everybody spread it out in the 40s. Not spread it out, but from the area to which they all grew up, they spread it out in the 40s. And they started moving to different cities and different states and all of that. Yep, real dope. The family history is really, really dope. And then from my mom's side, um, all my ancestors from my mom's side migrated from Arkansas on her mother's side, and then my grandfather and his lineage is from Louisiana. So, but however, all the families on all sides, from the East Coast to Arkansas to Louisiana, North Carolina, all ended up in California. All of them. All of them. And my mom's grandmother, um, on my mom's dad's side, and well, both on both her sides, is a lot of Indian in that family, and I'm gonna get into some of that too. And yes, it's Creole up in that blood, all of that. It's a lot of dopeness in the blood. But is there history in California? You mean within my family? Absolutely. Because California is where my grandparents met on my mom's side, and it's where my parents met. As I said, my dad's side migrated to California um, in the 70s. In the 70s. And that's how my mom and dad met, when the East Coast meets West Coast. Mhm. When the East Coast meets West Coast. Yeah, real dope. So it's a lot of family history and stuff been on my mind, and I'm getting into it, getting into my ancestry, getting into, because I lived with my oldest grandmother now, like I said, is 90. She'll be 90. She was born in 1935. 1935. And then one in 1926, one in 1915, one in 1895, and two others born in years that I can't remember right now. But yeah, it's dope, when you put together your own story of your own history, your own lineage, your own stuff. It is really beautiful tracking the footsteps of, you know, in order to really appreciate where your feet landed. It's always good to track the footsteps of those who came before you to even know how you got where you are. Yeah, I think it's dope. And I am truly enjoying it. Mhm. I'm still trying to piece together things to looking for the dial scrolls. Yeah, it's amazing. And y'all, I found these old papers online where it shows my grandparents and their children when they had moved into their home. And like I said, that's why I seen those words lodger at when renters of a home and people that stayed in your home was called lodgers. And that's why I first seen that. And it had my grandma that's living now. She was listed as 4 years old. Um, and my aunt was listed as 2 years old. And then of course my grandparents was in their 20s. And it was really dope. It was really dope. I found as many artifacts as I could online. But I think those papers with if they were born in 1915, 1930, 13, that means and my grandma was 4. That mean that those papers were done in 1939. 1939. And times and all of that fascinates me. Finding things signed and created in a damn near 100 years ago. That stuff amazes me, especially when these are grandparents that aren't just part of a story I heard. These are grandparents I grew up with. These are grandparents I hugged and kissed and spent my weekends with and all of that. You know what I mean? So to look back on their history, where they started, you know what I'm saying, and the road that they paved for themselves, and decisions that had to be made. You know what I'm saying? To have a better life, having to move out of your comfort zone where all your family and friends are, to try something new so your kids can go to school. Some little towns didn't even have schools, and you had some schoolhouses and things like that, maybe one or two in your, whatever. But it was a lot. It was a lot. I could imagine. I could imagine, when everybody grew up on the same land, all the cousins, uncles, aunts, worked on the same farms and all of this, that, and the third. And, you know, true freedom occurs. Because remember, um, for those that do love history and knows about history and things like that, yes, it was signed off on by Abraham Lincoln, and things of that nature. But slavery went on for many, many years. You know what I'm saying? It kept on going throughout the 30s and the 40s, and there was some states that worked off their own laws that was saying, "Hey, we don't care what y'all doing. We need these farms to keep fine." Keep in mind, y'all know in the Midwest as well as in the South is all the farming the places, which is why the South and the North had to battle it out in the first place, because the North people like, listen, people should be treated as such and should have their freedoms regardless, no matter if it's farms to work or not. People shouldn't be out here being slaves and captured like animals and things like that. But you had some people that's like, I don't care what you say. We not, because back then you couldn't just cut on the TV and find out what was going on in the world. So, you had a lot of plantations and farming houses and things like that that continued on, because if their plantation, if they kept the word out of it, like you had to sneak and geek and find ways to get word. People had to put their ear to the door to find out what was going on, and what plans was going on out in the world, because you wasn't given newspapers. You couldn't cut on your TV or listen to the radio. A lot of things were banned, including books. So if you think about it, like, it was able to go on an extra, 40, 50 years because people wasn't getting the word around. People still wanted they listen. If we free everybody, who gonna work the land? We sure as hell not getting out there tilling no fields. It's quite interesting when you think about it. When we who didn't live that stuff think about the 1930s and 1940s, it seems like so far, so long ago, but not to someone who lived it. That's why it's a difference when I'm looking into the eyes of my grandparents than I do when I'm looking into the eyes. When you look into the eyes of an elder versus when you look into the eyes of a baby, oh, you see it fresh and new. Everything fresh and new in a baby's eyes, in a child's eyes. But when you look in the beautiful eyes of the ancestors, it's a story to tell, baby. And Break Room wants to hear it. Every wrinkle tells a story. Every smile. That's why a lot of elders is so content in the world without a bunch of bells and whistles and having to have all the glitz and glamour of the world. They like a more laid back world, because for them, remembering where they was and where they at is different than when we talking about it. Every decade and generation is something to look back on. I love the 80s because that's what I grew up in, the 80s and the 90s. But when you look at their grandparents, they lived in a different time, a different story to tell. We came into a time where we had rights. We don't know what it's like. I didn't come in no world where women couldn't vote, where women couldn't work, where it was, where women wasn't wearing jeans. And I didn't come up in that, you know what I'm saying? Now my grandparents was like that. But what I'm saying is, I grew up in a world with television. I grew up in a world of radio. I grew up in a world of being able to know what's going on in the world. Can you imagine a time back then when or you had to get a letter to your family by horse and carriage? It was a time, it wasn't no such thing as no airplanes, no airmail. Wasn't no online. It wasn't no phone calls. It wasn't no pages. It wasn't no mail trucks. Back then, you get your mail from town to town and city to city by horse and carriage. One male horseman drop it off to the next place, headed in your direction. Another male horseman pick it up, drop it, and it could take weeks, months even. By the time somebody send you a letter telling you that Auntie Mabel is sick, by the time you get it, child, Auntie Mabel is gone on from here. By the time you hear from your family again, they'll be telling you Auntie Mabel passed last spring. You in fall. But by the time two letters go back and forth, two seasons done pass. Like straight like that. Our ancestors lived through a time where, you know, your family mean everything to you, but it was a time there was a ticket on your family head. The person that's somebody's brother or son became just a decision of, are you a good hand? Do you got good muscle? Imagine raising a child that you one day, when it's time for a major sale, you don't see your child no more. You gotta hope one day say, hear somebody say, eh, talk about somebody named little John boy or something. Somebody and you like, oh my gosh, could it be my John boy? Can you imagine every day waiting for a word just to know if your offspring made it to their destination? I take a high interest in these things, and I don't take for granted as our ancestors get older. I don't want to miss that story that's behind them eyes. I don't want to miss knowing what that was like. My grandmother, speaking about my great grandmother working in the big house, and my great great grandmother did both in the big house and in the field. I got to hear these stories yesterday because my grandmother, who's still living, about to turn 90, was a young child. They moved around the time she became maybe 10 or so like that. It was in the 40s. But with my grandmother learning being born in 1935, well, I want to know everything you can tell me from 1935 until I got here. 10 or 12 years or 8 years or whatever it was, being a little girl out in the field. I want to hear all about it. I want to hear more about my grandma always telling me about going to this store on Sundays after they went to church. And then they would go to another store during the week because it was closer to home. My grandmothers have told me her stories of being a little girl and having to use the bathroom so bad, but it was only certain ones they could use, and almost having an accident because they had to find the right one. It's a story to tell. Much more interesting than the stories being told out here. Who's sleeping around with who doing whatever. Baby, when you got grandmothers and grandfathers with a story to tell, life in the 70s, life in the 60s, life in other decades before you was here. Get them stories, write them down. It's way more important than a Latruth saga or a Brianna saga. Your history is more important than any history ever taught to you in any book because it's someone else's life. It's somebody else's history. I want to know my history. And I encourage the 33 of y'all left in here to learn your history, learn more about your ancestors in their life before you was here. You'll find it to end up being one of the most interesting things you might can ever hear, at least on my ancestry and knowing that my whole family from one coast ended up spontaneously moving to another coast, and that's how my dad and mom found each other. It's a hell of a story to tell. Knowing all these grandparents came from different states, from North Carolina, California, Arkansas, Louisiana, and all of that is instilled and created me. That is just dope. I'm here for it, baby. However, you guys, I have been on 3 hours and I am you listen. I know I don't even know how we got on ancestries and grandmas and stuff like that, but I don't regret it for a minute. For those of you, I know you know, I took us to a nostalgic place and all of that good stuff. But for those who enjoyed hearing about my history and was entertained with it, some of the story of my life, I really greatly appreciate your attentiveness and I appreciate your feedback and you know, being entertained with me and my life. And I hope that this live gave somebody a different perspective and a different care for our elders and for the stories that they may never told because no one might have never cared. But if you're anything like me, even if you have to, yes, I know everybody don't have grandparents right now, but even if you have to start with your parents, it'll still give you a little more history and work with that. You know what I'm saying? You can ask questions to your uncles and aunts. If you have uncles and aunts, great uncles and aunts, your grandmama's brother or whoever, ask about it. You will find that the life and the footsteps that led to you being here is beautiful, and all the stories are different. You know, this is just a step on one side that I've tapped into. I'm still learning a lot of I'm learning a lot about I'm getting started with my mom's side, and I'm trying to see where everybody was, and landed in Arkansas and Louisiana, and where everyone was before the California days. And I'm really excited. It's like an adventure to myself, an adventure towards myself. And it makes me make a lot of sense. Yeah, so hey Mel, how are you, baby? Good to see you. Good to see you, sweetheart. So I do appreciate being able to tap into the real world that is me. You know what I mean? And sharing that with you guys. And I want to pull out that shoebox and show y'all some of those artifacts from my history, and um, seeing papers and bills and things from the 30s and the 40s is like wow. So I'm on that journey, y'all. I'm on that journey, and I'm excited. I can't wait to go talk to my grandma in probably about an hour, or so, and take more notes and write down more names and all of that. So, oh, I definitely will, Mel. I keep y'all in my prayers and your families. I love you dearly, sweetie. I will definitely be praying for your mom, Sugar, and for you, and for you. Yes. Yes. I would love for y'all to be a part of that journey. I would love for y'all to be a part of that journey, for real, for real. I think it's gonna be real interesting and fun and all of that. I may come back if I had time, I may come back later and do a show and tell. If not, then soon. However, you guys, I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and sending my prayers out to everyone in the chat. This has been a wonderful live, all the way through and through. Um, I love you all so, 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 so very much. And I really appreciate the attention that was given today, and making me feel comfortable in a safe place to share some of my story, and um, you know, just do just that. So I love you all so much. I'm praying for everyone to have a wonderful, wonderful day. I pray that your children remain safe, that you remain safe, that each and every one of y'all stay in God's unchanging hands. And when you can't find someone in the physical to turn to give your problems to, you lay it at the foot of the altar, baby. Give it up to God, pray on it, and know that God is going to pick it up and do something with that thing. Do something with that thing. The one thing I'm learning is not how to lay it down. I'm still learning how to not pick it up again when I give it to God. That is a place that I'm still working on. When I give it to I know God is there to take it. I know God is there to remove it, replace it, and all of that, and dispose of it. But in my walk, I'm still learning to let God do what God do through and through, and know that God don't need my help when I give it to him, you know? Because when you give it to God, it's because it ain't nothing else you can do with it, right? Ain't nothing else you want to do with it. So just know that God is good, and through the storms and through the sunshine, baby. And God has a blessing out there for each and every one of us. We just gotta be prepared to receive it, you know where our blessings come from. And know that when God says you worth it, it don't matter what your neighbors think, and it don't matter what your family think. When God chooses you, when God wakes your eyes up, hey, you chosen. You are chosen. Now it don't matter how many choosing you when you're chosen by the right one. And I want y'all to remember that when you are chosen by the right one, it don't matter. It does not matter. That's one thing that makes life so much more beautiful and easy. Even the YouTube streets, it makes the YouTube streets even greater. Hey, Candy, how are you, my sugar? Good to see you. Good to see you, baby. But yes, honey, wake up to a life worth living, honey. Wake up to a life worth living. Yes. Ooh. But yes, so I just Miss Heard, I love you, girl. I just want to remind y'all that God is good, and all the time God is good, and don't ever think that you're not in his eyesight or in his hands. Sometimes you might just be running around in all kind of directions and you don't recognize it. But God doesn't move away from us. We move away from him. Whenever you don't feel him, you don't see him. It's just know God ain't switched up. God don't switch to listen. God don't switch up, baby. God ain't moved nowhere. God ain't moved nowhere. The only person that can remove God out of your life is you. That's it. That's all. And it starts with the mind. It's like when you keep good things on your mind, you're not searching for negativity. You're not searching for negativity. When you keep God on your mind, you're not lonely, baby. When you got God on your mind, you're not without. Every breath in your body is showing you that there's an answer for whatever. Listen, whatever you're looking for, you can't find it when you're crying and you can't see. You can't hear the directions when you're shouting and you're angry. It ain't cause God got you lost. It's cause you're not listening for directions. Cold hard facts I had to learn. But thank God I've learned them. Thank God I've learned them. Be reminded every day. Listen, Linda, joy is everything. And I just thank God for it. I thank God for it. I thank God for the gentleness and the breeze. I thank God for the warmth of the sun, honey. I thank God. I thank God. I told y'all, baby, it's in the little things, honey. It's in the little things. Cleaning up your house reminds you that you got one, you know. Cleaning up your house and cleaning up what God has blessed you with, it don't make me pout. It don't make me be disgruntled. I'm not taking care of what God gave me, doing for my husband, taking care of my husband that God blessed me with. It don't make me disgruntled. Being a wife should make you disgruntled. Cleaning, keeping your home and the things that you have, taking care of them, it should make you disgruntled. Washing clothes tells me I done been somewhere. I done lived for that day. And I got clothes on my back. Don't be disgruntled. Having a dust means somebody done lived. The doors have been open. Sometime a little dust gonna blow in. But I take pride in keeping house. And I take pride in being a wife. I take pride this morning when I put God on my mind first, and then I made sure I called and checked on my mother. It's how I like to start my day. Cause my husband was still asleep. Order of operations. Stay reminded of the things that's important. Not who on here gossiping, or that's gonna be here regardless. But just keep the order of operations, man. Listen, ain't no friend like the friend you have in your highest self. When you tapped into your highest self, baby, being alone don't mean you lonely. It don't mean you lonely. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Don't be nobody looking at somebody like saying, I wish I had him, I wish I had her. You may find out if you stick around a little longer that might not be the move for you. Everything that look good and dressed up well ain't good. You best believe it. You better listen to what your mama told you, baby. Everything listen, it's a lot of bull squid. They be dressed up real nice. Auntie. Mm-mm. Listen to what your mama told you. But anywho, y'all, that's it for the day for me. I just wanted to end the live letting y'all know a friendly reminder that God is good. God is good and God is great. And I hope y'all stay encouraged. That's what's meant for you. Can't nobody stop it. What's supposed to be for you, can't nobody stop it but you. Period. If you focused on what people don't want you to have, focus on what you want. Focus on what you're working towards. Straight like that. And have some fun. Stay prayed up and have some fun. You'll live longer. I love y'all so much. That is my message for today. I am out. Thank you all for being a friend on this Sunday. Shout out to all my super sticker senders. Tamik, Sonya, get in here. Talonda, TC, Shawan, J Bands, get in here again. Thank y'all so very much for these blessings. Shout out to Mom of Three. Mom of Three, you are an amazing mod. And I do appreciate you so much for respecting and honoring the message and the story here. And I appreciate, I really do, because it was of importance, and I appreciate you finding it important to you. And as a mod, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? You are more and more amazing as a moderator each and every day. And it's a time for everything. And thank you for knowing what time it is. Shout out. I love y'all so much. You all are really, really amazing. Thank you so much for the love and attention shown here today. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. I couldn't tell you enough. I know I do. I probably get on y'all nerves, but I really do. I really do feel so much gratitude. I do. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. And have a very blessed Sunday. All right. Shall the rest of the day shenanigans begin, eh? Love you, Mama Three. Love you all. Thank you so much getting here, Miss Dee, my beautiful Miss Heard. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to Candy, J. Lou, and Airwell. Everybody Airwell. And by the way, y'all, if you didn't know, I think Miss Fee is up over there cutting up. I think Miss Fee is out the gate, y'all. I think Miss Fee is out the gate. Shout out to y'all. Bye, my loves.